What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 13, episode 9, and baby, when I tell you, Erika obliterated, she ate Denise all the way up at the end of this. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So the episode opens up and we see Sutton out on a date, and she was not feeling this man. Even though I thought they actually made a very cute couple. He seemed age appropriate. He seemed very kind and sweet. But Sutton, she wasn't getting the vibes, you know. Normally the vibes you get when you're on a date or when you like somebody, like the butterflies, try like the awkwardness and stuff like that. Sutton just wasn't feeling the man. And I think it was due to the fact that he was too much like her. Like their personalities seemed to be the same. The vibes that they had seemed to be the same. And Sutton gives very much like, I want me an older man, but I want a cool older man. This guy that Sutton was on a date with gave very much like, I like to go play, bingo with my boys. We going golfing every day. Like he didn't get very like adventurous. And maybe that's what Sutton's looking for. Somebody that's like, we can go hop on a plane to Miami to go get brunch one day. Or let's go to Paris another day. Someone that she can fly around the world with. And he really didn't give that, to be honest. So she probably not going to go back on another date with him. So the next scene we get is of Erika and Garcelle going out to drinks. And Erika's actually excited that Garcelle wanted to go out to drinks with her, mainly because Erika's like, me and Garcelle, when we first started off, were really cool. Like, we was cool, and then she messed it up with the whole situation with yelling at yelling at Jax, and that really rubbed Garcelle the wrong way. I'm under the impression that their situation was already kind of messed up when Garcelle was asking all those questions about, Erika and the case and like, what about the victims? I think that's where they all went. Their relationship went downhill, in my opinion. I think it was beef on both sides, but they're both excited to hang out with each other. Garcelle tells Erika, somebody's coming. And Erika's like, girl, is it Denise? Because I don't want to see her. And then she's like, nah, girl, it's Sutton. So Sutton pulls up, and you could tell that at first Erika was like, I don't know. But then they had a really fun night. When I tell you they was throwing back them margaritas, them dirty margaritas, they was in that just sipping, drinking, sipping and drinking and sipping. And it looked like fun. While they were sitting there, they end up having a conversation about Denise. And Erika's whole thing is like, girl, I knew what Denise was talking about at Kyle's house, but it's just like after so many years of being beaten down and worn down by everybody, I didn't want to engage with her. And honestly, what she mad about ain't that deep. And so Garcelle tells her, hey, I think what Denise is really mad about, because remember last episode, it was Crystal, Denise, Sutton, and Garcelle that met up, and Denise is pretty much upset about Erika's comment about, like the threesome situation when I forgot whose house they were at. Maybe they were at Denise's. No, they were at Denise's house. It was like a Denise get together. They were all sitting outside and they were talking about like threesomes and stuff like that. And Denise's kids and her daughter's friends were there. And I guess she felt some type of way about the conversation that they were having. Like it was really inappropriate and they didn't need to have it. And then I think Denise ended up confronting Erika like a day or so later. And Erika pretty much was like, girl, are they asking you about what a threesome is? Because I'm pretty sure they know what it is. They're 13 years old. Like they may not have had a threesome, but they definitely know what it is since they have access to the internet. And I guess Denise felt so offended by that. And Erika's whole thing is like, girl, it is what it is and what it's going to be. Like, I apologize to Denise. And if she want to hold on to it, she going to have to hold on to it because I don't care no more. So while they're still sitting at the table, the topic of Denise's OnlyFans pops up. And because Erica's whole thing is like, girl, you're mad at me about a threesome comment that I made, but you're doing OnlyFans and only charging people $7. And like Garcelle said, $7. I think Denise Richards is worth more than that. That's my thing. The other girlies on OnlyFans are charging at least like $15 to $20 a subscription fee. And you charging $7 for some booty pics, girl, up your prices. Know your worth. Mind you, I remember when it was brought to Twitter that Denise and her daughter were doing OnlyFans, and I got so creeped out because I was like, is she doing OnlyFans with her child? And then they were like, no, they have two only. I said, that's still weird because Denise's oldest daughter is 19 years old. And I'm just like, no. And here's my thing. I don't knock people who are a part of, they call it the spicy work, field to like get around what's the word, censorship things. I don't care if someone is a sex worker, you're a sex worker. I'm not the type of person to look down upon that. I'm the type of person that, like, as long as you're a consenting adult, you getting paid, you not being taken advantage of or pimped out, you do you. Okay, you be safe about it, you do you. But it does kind of make Denise's gripes with Erika like non-valid, because it's like, girl, you're doing OnlyFans. Like, have you explained to your kids what that is? Because I remember when it came out, I was like, is Denise doing OnlyFans, or is she doing OnlyFans? Because I know some people treat OnlyFans like Patreon. And stuff like that, where you can pay and you're a part of like an exclusive club of a content creator, and like, y'all do watch alongs, you get videos earlier and stuff like that. But then we found out that no, Denise is doing OnlyFans, because we then get two scenes where we see Kyle FaceTiming Anne Marie while she's in Hawaii, and Sutton with her glam squad getting ready. So we find out that Crystal is hosting Taco Tuesday, and it's really not really Taco Tuesday. I think they're just calling Taco Tuesday because that spread she had on that table, although it looked good, I don't think I saw any types of tacos on that table. But everybody's invited to come along. So like I said, Anne Marie is in Hawaii, and Kyle is telling her, catching her up on everything, saying that Denise and Erika gonna be there, and she kind of worried. And it leads me to believe that, well, this scene right here, because I didn't even finish my thought. This scene right here makes me feel like Anne Marie was just a friend of, and they just decided after she got into it with Crystal and Sutton to make her full time, because we didn't see her till episode like 6. 6 or 7. Yeah, either episode 6 or 7. And then now, they're filming another huge group scene with Denise Richards, and we saw the Queen, Kim Richards, and you're not there. So I'm thinking this was, she was supposed to be a friend of, and then her performance was amazing at the end, or the Bravo execs thought her performance was amazing, that they decided to make her full time. Because it doesn't make sense to me that, like, you just got on and now you gone, girl. And so, like I said, Sutton was also getting ready with her glam squad, and like she was on OnlyFans, and I guess her makeup artist was like, girl, why are you on OnlyFans? Explain this to me. And the hairdresser was like, yeah, why are you on OnlyFans? And then they were like, this hairdresser was like, Denise Richards, she got an OnlyFans? And he said $7. That man was like, girl, she don't think she worth more than that. And then Sutton was like, she paid $12, but I guess for like uncensored content it was $7. And so Denise, so I guess Sutton paid the $7, and she saw something, she said, oh, and then she put the phone down, and the makeup artist was like, was it like full booty without like a thong, or was it like, thong and booty? And Sutton was like, we may never know, because I'm not looking at it. I don't know why that tickled me. So like I said, everybody getting ready to go to Crystal's Taco Tuesday, and we actually see two scenes of people in the car. We see Dorit and Kyle in the car. And so Dorit and Kyle in the car, and Dorit basically tells Kyle, like, hey girl, how come I don't know about all these great things that are going on in your life? Like, Like, what's up with that? And Kyle's like, you know what, girl, I be forgetting to tell people stuff. My bad. And Dorit said in her confessional, she was like, I hate this distance that's growing in between me and Kyle. Like, we used to take trips together. We used to kick it all the time. But now it's like I get nothing from her. Ever since she became friends with Morgan, I'm like an afterthought. And we then see Kyle in her confessional basically saying that she been distancing herself from Morgan since no, did not Morgan, distancing herself from Dorit since the reunion. And my thing about that is like, girl, because Kyle's whole thing is like Dorit was telling her that she understood why she was beefing with her sister and that she was taking her side. But then when they were at the reunion, Dorit wasn't really standing up for her. And I think that's weird behavior from Kyle to expect her friends to combat her sister, because it would be one thing if Kyle stopped kicking it with Kathy and she cut her sister off completely. But I just saw a picture of Morgan, Kathy, and Kyle at like a Christmas function together. And it's like, you're still cool with your sister. You still got back cool with your sister. Why would you want your friends to like beef with your sister if you weren't going to cut your sister off? That puts your friends in a weird predicament, especially if your sister tells them to like cut you off so y'all can still be cool. That's weird. Like I if I had beef with my sister, I would not expect my friends to like be in my beef. I would actually tell them not to be in it, because that's my sister. And 9 times out of 10, me and my sister are going to work it out and move forward. Like that to me wasn't a good reason for the reason why Kyle is distancing herself from Dorit. I honestly think Kyle is just very caught up in Morgan and that friendship because it's new and she feels like it's fresh. My only thing about it is I don't really see Morgan and Kyle's relationship, like their friendship, really lasting that long. I feel like eventually, once Kyle gets past that certain stage of grief that she's going through with the death of her friend, she's no longer gonna need Morgan, because I just think Morgan is a rebound friend, in my opinion. So the other car scene we see is of Garcelle and Denise, and Garcelle pretty much tells Denise like, "Hey girl, I told Erika about your situation, sis. Like, you know, about all the issues that you had with her." And Denise's energy is very much like, "Oh, girl, why would you tell her that?" And I'm looking at Denise like, "Girl, well, you the one that brought up your issues with Erika. You call Erika everything but the child of God." Like, you was mad at that lady. This is how you know this is how you know Denise was like either hella drunk or she was high as hell. Because even when she spoke to Dorit at Crystal's house, her whole excuse is, "Oh, I had a fever of 102. Girl, I know having a fever can make you delirious, but that's not what we saw on our TV screens, on our tablets, on our phones. Girl, you was tripping." And that was because you was on something. So Denise is like, "I guess we're going to have the conversation." And I was like, "Yeah, because you brought it up, lady." So we finally pull up to Crystal's house and everyone is like pulling up. I think Dorit and Kyle were the first ones to get there. And we see Crystal's friends. Dorit makes a dig at Crystal in the confessional, talking about she's always surprised when she sees that Crystal has friends, mainly because we all know the rumor about Crystal only having 14, like being in that 14 friend group and then getting kicked out because they said she was the cause of the drama. Okay. So, we end up meeting this one black lady named Nina. She looked really familiar to me, and turns out she is Bill Murr's wife. And I was like, that's where I know I seen her from. Bill Murr is a comedian. He is actually like really funny. And like, he's one of those comedians who does really good, observational comment. Is it observational? He does really good observation comedy. Like, he is funny to me. So like, and she looked familiar to me. So when they posted a picture of her and him together, I was like, that's where I know you from, girl. So Dorit and Kyle are the first ones to get to the house, and they're filling everybody in. Well, mainly Dorit. Dorit brings up the whole situation that happened in Las Vegas at Magic Mike's with Sutton, and Nina is kind of taken aback because she's like, "Girl, like that's the happiest place on earth. Like, why would you? What you talking about? I went to 2 shows." So we then see everybody else pulls up. I think it's then Denise and Garcelle, then Erika, and then Sutton. Mind you, they were all complaining about how cold it was outside. I think they posted on that it was like 55 degrees. That's not really cold to me. Like that's chilly but not cold. And mind you, I'm an East Coast Southern girl, okay? I like that is me. Like I've lived in, like I said, the DMV area, in what's it called, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and South Carolina and Georgia. So it's like I've been up and down the East Coast. So I'm just kind of like, girl, that's not cold to me. And I mean, maybe it's just because like when it's 55 degrees outside, we still outside. We just got on. That's sweater weather, you know? That's good sweater weather, y'all. And you know, you put a bonfire, a little fire out there, and y'all talking and drinking and having a good time. So I was just like, y'all complain too much, but it's whatever, because I know it's different things, because even the people that I know that are from California, when they come to the East Coast, they complain about how cold it is over here, and I be like, it's not cold. I don't know what y'all talking about. I was like, y'all bodies just ain't acclimated to this good weather. So they go inside while the ladies are inside and everyone's like eating and mingling, because Crystal did have a nice spread of food. It actually looked really good. We see Dorit and Sutton have a conversation where Sutton tells Dorit, like, girl, don't have any ideas about stealing Avi from me. He where he want to be. Mind you, I feel like Avi getting paid good money from Sutton. The funny thing about it is, like, they show a flashback scene of Dorit saying that, like, she wanted to take Avi from Sutton, and Avi looking dead into the camera. And I'm like, girl, Avi is not gonna leave his good paying job with Sutton, where he know he gonna get paid on time, to go to Dorit, who got all these lawsuits and who was being chased around the pool because her business partner was trying to sue her. He want a good check. He want to know when his checks come. Okay. So you then see Dorit like rebuffs that comment or that conversation by saying, like, girl, well, I want you to stop accusing me of things I didn't do. And then Dorit's like, well, I want you to stop saying that I put alcohol in my coffee. And Dorit's face was like, she was shocked, because she was like, what you talking about? And Dorit was like, Sutton is like, well, I heard that you said I put alcohol in my coffee. Dorit was thrown off. Like, I think she really didn't believe that, like, Sutton was ever going to bring that up. But also, I'm like, girl, and she knows that Kyle didn't bring it up. She knows Crystal did. But it's just kind of like, why would you not think Crystal would tell Sutton? Like, Sutton and Crystal have gotten pretty close, so why would you, like, what did y'all expect? So we then see everyone kind of pile into, like, the den area, and they're all sitting down and eating. And Nina brings up Magic Mike. She's like, okay, so, like, what happened in Las Vegas? What happened with Magic Mike? And Sutton is looking at Nina like, first of all, who are you and why are you bringing this up? Like, I don't know you like that, girl. And Nina's like, well, you know, some of the girls shared with me that, like, something went down in Magic Mike, and I just wanted to know, like, what happened. So Sutton says, you know what? I ruined it. Like, I ruined it. I felt uncomfortable, and I ruined that night. And Sutton was like, you know, and then she was like, Nina was like, uncomfortable. Like, what made you uncomfortable? And Sutton was like, you know, them putting, like, the men putting their faces, like, in the girls' crotches. And she was like, that made me uncomfortable. And then Dorit chimes in, and she was like, well, girl, you had like a stack of ones. And I'm like, yes, Sutton, sis, she was ready to put that money in them people's pants, in the men's pants. And Sutton was like, it was for fun. I said, girl, it was for fun to throw money at them men so you could get a lap dance. And so then Dorit brings up, well, like, girl, for you to be acting this way, you made out with your driver. And Sutton kind of looked at Dorit, like, she cocked her head to the side, like, really, girl? Like, this how you gonna do me? You gonna bring up my business like this? You gonna really embarrass me in front of these people like this? So then, um, you hear Garcelle be like, "Okay, girl, why'd you bring that up? Because it feels like you trying to embarrass her." And Dorit's like, "No, I'm not. I'm not trying to embarrass her." And then that's when Sutton is like, "Why'd you bring it up, Dorit? Why'd you bring it up? Why'd you bring it up?" Similar to when she told Kyle, "Name them, name them, name them." And so it's pissing Dorit off because Dorit was like, "Well, if you would stop and let me stop repeating yourself and let me speak, I can tell you why I brung it up." So Dorit's whole thing is she was trying to be like, okay, how can you say that's inappropriate? You know, the dancers putting their faces in the crotches, but not think that you making out with your driver is inappropriate. And I'm like, I mean, I get where Dorit's coming from because it's like, yeah, girl, why are you making out with somebody you employ? And so, um, Sutton tries to clean it up and be like, we were two consenting adults. We just had a moment. I said, okay, girl, you just had a moment. So then the fight between Dorit and Garcelle kicks off because Garcelle says, Dorit, I feel like you trying to embarrass her in front of all these people, and I don't think that's right. And then Dorit's like, well, why can't you just give me the benefit? Like, can we stop I think she was like, can we stop judging or punishing people or giving people the benefit of the doubt or something? And Garcelle was like, well, no, because like I feel like you purposely did that to embarrass her. And Sutton was like, she did. And Garcelle was like, no. Oh, no. Dorit's like, no. And then Garcelle and her start going back and forth. And in her confessional, Dorit is like, I wish Garcelle would just admit she don't like me. And I can give Dorit that. I don't think Garcelle likes Dorit. I don't know why. Like, it would be better for her just to be like, yeah, girl, I don't see it for you. And we can work moving forward. But Garcelle gives Dorit this, like, I won't say hope, but she kind of makes it seem like they cool, but they really not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Dorit is kind of just like, I thought we was good, but we not good. You know what I mean? Because you throwing digs at me in the confessional, and then in this point, but I was on Garcelle's side in this point when she was like, well, girl, you definitely brought this up to embarrass her. And I think two things can be true. I think Dorit brought it up to make a point to Sutton, but it was also to embarrass her in front of them people. Like, girl, let's not play games. You was trying to embarrass her. So then we end up seeing the other girls come into the kitchen, no, coming from the kitchen into the den. So it's Kim, Kyle, Erika, and Crystal, and they're like sitting there, and everyone's just kind of looking at Garcelle and Dorit go back and forth, and then Dorit says, Garcelle, I feel like you're attacking me. Like, why are you attacking me? And Garcelle cocks her head to the side and was like, girl, I am not attacking you. Like, don't give yourself that much credit. We're having a discussion. I called you out, and that's what it is. I'm not attacking you. And then you kind of see the other ladies look at her like, yeah, that was not the right word choice. Maybe you could have said, why you coming at me? Why you going so hard? Because Dorit's whole thing is like, well, Erika just blurted it out across the room and it was a kiki and a caca. But when I say it, it's nothing. And I think the issue is, and this is the thing, I don't think Dorit was trying to do a microaggression or a macroaggression. I think she genuinely felt attacked by Garcelle and Sutton, but I think it was directed towards Garcelle because that's who she was having a conversation with at the time. I think Dorit feels attacked because she don't got nobody anymore in the group. Like, think about it. Her and Kyle aren't clicked up no more like that. Kyle is distancing herself from her. Her and Erika ain't really the same they used to be because, Erika made that statement at BravoCon saying that she thinks that her and PK are going to be the next ones to get a divorce. Garcelle and Dorit ain't cool like that. And Garcelle and Sutton is clicked up. And then Erika now is a part of their clique because I think she threw that out there because she was like, oh, y'all can all have fun without me and leave me out. I'm going to get y'all back. And I think that's why she did what she did because she's feeling left out. That's my opinion of the situation. So everyone's kind of like, girl, you can't really say that. So then, and the reason why I also don't think she meant it as a microaggression is because she was trying to clean it up really quickly. I normally feel like when people are doing things as a micro or a macroaggression, they feel emboldened in it and they normally they stand in it a lot longer. Dorit tried to clean it up so quick where she was like, I just feel like she tried to backtrack. She backtracked really quickly because Garcelle was like, I feel like you're very privileged to say that, and I wasn't attacking you, as well as like it's not my job to educate you, because then Dorit was trying to say like, maybe can we talk about it so I can understand, and she was like, I'm not about to educate you. I honestly think that Garcelle hasn't let go of what happened between Jax and Erika, and how PK and Kyle and them were laughing. I think she was able to forgive Kyle because Kyle actually came to her and like apologized genuinely, versus Dorit's whole thing was like, I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh at your kids. I didn't. It's like she's not taking ownership of it. And I feel like if she did take ownership, maybe they could move forward or maybe not. But I've always been of the fact that I feel like Garcelle just don't like Dorit, and no matter what Dorit do, she always gonna feel some type of way, because there's something about they trigger each other, because Garcelle can do something and then Dorit kind of feels some type of way, and then Dorit does something and it triggers Garcelle. So after Garcelle shuts Dorit down, Dorit pivots to confront Crystal about like the whole situation with Sutton, about the whole like vodka in the coffee comment. And Crystal was like, girl, you definitely said it. But Crystal was trying to get her words together before she was like, I want to make sure that I'm saying the right things. But before Crystal could say anything, Sutton ends up being like, you know what, girl, let me say this. I'm that girl. I'ma always forever be that girl. I'ma always be her, and you guys are just haters. That's basically what Sutton says. She kept saying that like she's accomplished a lot of stuff and she wouldn't be able to accomplish the things that she has accomplished or obtained if she was doing what they said she was doing by like putting vodka in her coffee and drinking too much. You then got Kyle in the confessional throwing shots at Sutton. And mind you, I understand that Kyle is mad at Sutton for prying in her business with her marriage. But it's like, girl, you already accused the girl of an eating disorder. Now you're trying to say she an alcoholic. You just look like a dickhead at this point. And you just got sober or stopped drinking like 3 minutes ago. You are nobody's sobriety police, Kyle. Calm down. Calm all the way down. So then I think Dorit could tell like, okay, girl, I'm losing. Everybody is coming at me and I'm not winning right now. So she's sitting on the couch and she brings up Denise. She said, Denise, have you and Erika talked? And Denise is like, what? No, we haven't talked. And Erika's like, no, girl, we have not talked. And why are you bringing this up? And then I think Erika even called Denise, no, not Denise, Dorit, a pot stirrer. And then Denise told Dorit, girl, you need to calm down. You need to chill out. And everyone kind of laughed because they were like, ooh. And we could definitely tell that the vibe in the room was not in Dorit's favor. So Dorit ends up leaving. Erika ends up hugging her when she leaves. And the reason why I said Kyle's name is like, I think if Kyle and Dorit were in a better place, Kyle would have been the one to hug Dorit and walk her out to the door. Kyle didn't even get up to walk Dorit out the door. So that's how you know their friendship is very disconnected at this point. So they're sitting down and the conversation gets to going. And when I tell you Erika ate Denise all the way up and left no clue. When I said Erika, it was a homicide, bro. I was shook. So Erika's sitting there and Denise is like, okay, Erika, I'm glad you want to have this conversation. And actually, Erika was like, I really don't want to have this conversation, but you brought it up at Kyle's dinner. She was like, we don't really need to have the conversation because I apologized to you at the dinner, but what is your issue with me? And so then Denise is like, well, I feel like it was really wrong and messed up for you to insinuate that my 14-year-old daughters were out here having threesomes. And Erika's shaking her head like, girl, that is not what I said. What I said was that it's pretty difficult for kids nowadays who have access to the internet not to know what a threesome is. And then Denise is like, we're talking about my children. And she was like, you're talking about your children where your daughter does OnlyFans. And everyone's like, ooh, well, well, well. And Denise is like, that's a low blow to bring up my child's OnlyFans. And she's like, well, Erika's like, well, you've been coming at me. You walked up into Kyle's house. You called me everything but a child of God. You called me a effing bot monster or something, which Kyle lied, because that's not what the lady called her. She did call her see you next Tuesday and an a-hole and the B word. But Erika's like, why would you not think I would bring up OnlyFans when you came at me real nasty? And I apologize, girl. Like, what's up? So then that's when and then Erika said that, Denise, you was being a B to me, so why would I not be one to you? And Denise is like, well, you know what, Erika, you're mean and you're nasty and you're a B. And she said, well, you came at me, so like this wouldn't be happening if you didn't come for me. And honestly, am I really being like, do you know, like, girl, you know who I am. If you saying all these things, you know who I am. You know I'm that girl. Like, you don't think I'm not gonna get there with you? I'm not gonna get in the gutter with you? And then Erika hit her with the coup de grace, y'all, when she said, girl, I'm not really that mean. I just want to know who makes more, you or Sammy. The way everybody in the room was like, you had Kyle's mouth open. You had Sutton put her head down like, my God, today. Then you had Kim Richards. Kim is just looking back and forth, drinking her drink like, ooh, girl, ooh, girl. And all I could do is be like, Erika, you ain't have to clear her like that. You ain't have to clear her like that, because, baby, I rewind that scene 4 times. Because the way Erika was like, you know who I am. You saying I'm all these things. Why you don't think I ain't going to go that low? Like, what's up? Erika didn't have to do it to her. She didn't have to do it to her. But this is my thing, Denise. You never should have brought it up. Because even when Dorit was like, have y'all talked, you were acting like you didn't want to have the conversation. And like Erika said, you called me the B word. You called me everything but a child of God and got nasty with me. Why would I not be nasty towards you? That's how you know Denise either had liquid courage or substance courage, okay? Because she is acting like she don't really understand what she was doing that night. But it's like, girl, you were wilding out that night, sis. And I'm not even mad at Erika. Because when I tell you Erika ate that lady up, ate that lady up. That was a classic, okay? Classic Real Housewives moment. When I tell you that's going to go into Real Housewives history, because the way she said, I just want to know who makes more, Sammy or you. Ooh, said eat. She ate. Oh my God, she ate. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. If you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and please drop down in them comments below. And y'all, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. But I'm out, y'all. Deuces.